Welcome everyone to episode 2 of Balancing the Heroes. I think first of all I need to clarify for those of you who aren't aware, this is a series, so this is where we left off after the first episode. So I've managed to balance hero health properly so that each side with increased health star cards and also temporary health will have 7,760 health. And if you want to see how I did that, check out the previous episode. But to those of you saying, well, health doesn't make any team balanced, there's a lot of other things to consider, I am aware, and that's why I encourage you to watch all of these videos, because I did state this is a series and we're not just going to be focusing on health. Today's episode focuses on health regeneration. Also, hero buffing is something that I will be focusing on because I know a lot of people pointed out that in the last episode. Obviously certain heroes can buff other heroes and that will be getting its own episode as well. Today we're going to be focusing on health regeneration, and there's also going to be plenty of other videos including abilities and stuff like that down the line. So we're going to be using the total max base health when it comes to the heroes and villains, so this means none of the temporary health, but for heroes who have star cards such as Chewbacca, Lando, Anakin, Vader, who can permanently increase their health, we're going to be using that sum. So obviously the heroes have a total of 7,450 health in-game right now with the health boost cards on for Chewbacca, Lando and Anakin. And here is everyone's health regeneration. So this equates to an overall sum of 2,100. And there's some surprising ones in here. I mean, I was not expecting Luke to have only 200 health regeneration. 250 for him, I would say, is a must. Finn surprised me. He's got 200 health regeneration. However, it does make sense considering he is the hero with the lowest health. But then if we look at the total max regeneration, and Leia can increase her total max regeneration from 200 to 300, and Obi-Wan Kenobi can go from 300 to a whopping 400, which I've noticed that since day one with Obi-Wan, health regeneration is his strongest point, and that really does something for him in game. So overall now, the heroes can regenerate 2,300 health. Now moving on to the villains, and obviously for the villains, Vader has his card on that allows him to get 150 bonus health, so obviously he has 950. So the heroes have a total of 7,150 max base health, and the villains can regenerate 2,549 of that health. And if we look at this here, it's pretty clear that the villains do have a huge advantage over the heroes when it comes to health regeneration. Something with Bosk to take into account especially is that he can regenerate from 1 health. So if he goes down to 1 health, he can get the full thing back and go back to 600. So he's got 599 health regeneration. And if we look at total max health regeneration, Grievous can go up from 100 and Dooku 120, taking their total health regenerations up to 350 and 370 for Count Dooku, overall giving the villains 2,769 health regeneration. So if you look at this without any regeneration star cards on, the villains have a total of 449 more health regeneration than the heroes, and if we look at total max regeneration, then the villains have a total of 469 total over the heroes. Now this is a huge difference in game, and once again we are going to balance this like we did with the health in the last episode. We're going to balance this, so the following is going to be off my stats obviously from the last video. So obviously last time out we balanced both the heroes and villains to have health of 7,760 each. Let's balance this health regeneration, and we're going to balance it to the number of 2,749. So obviously with my stats and my statistics, which you can see on the left right now, we're going to make a few adjustments. Luke Skywalker, we're going to up his health regeneration to 250 from 200. Also Finn, I'm really trying to change out Finn in this series, and we are going to let Finn regenerate his whole base health as well. So Bosk on one side for the villains, and Finn can now do this for the heroes as well. I think this is very fair, and it does actually balance out that health quite a bit. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, Finn shouldn't be able to do that, and it is a big change, but I would encourage you, just with like the Boba changes I made in the last video, watch the full series, see how this works out in the end, because allowing a hero to be able to regenerate full health, just like having Bosk as a villain, really balances everything. And also, Finn can be like the medic of the team, if you will. with obviously his big deal ability, and the key maybe could be able to keep Finn alive. As that team, as the heroes team, you want to be able to keep Finn alive for as long as possible, because he can keep coming back and keep buffing the team. And if Finn was seen as more of a team medic, then maybe more people would pick Finn, especially since Finn doesn't have the health on kill card as well. I think this is very fair. And what we're simply going to do with the villains is take away 20 of Dooku's bonus health that he can get from his star card. So instead of Dooku being able to regenerate 370 health, he can regenerate 350. And this works out things equally at both teams having a total health amount of 7,760 from the last video, and a total regeneration rework health amount of 2,749 each, equally balanced. And once again, if we keep on balancing things with each video, then eventually we are going to have a totally balanced game, if you will, of heroes and villains. And that is the goal here. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one. Obviously, if you are a bit skeptical in areas, that's fine, but I would advise you to see where we go with the entire series, and then once everything is done and dusted, then properly give your thoughts on if you think I went wrong in any places. And if you do think that I should be changing things in other areas, let me know. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Episode 3 should be out very soon, so look out for that.